Hi guys, so today I'm going to be teaching you how to create a beautiful glamorous Hollywood wave. So this will be done on mid-length hair, so hopefully it'll be able to suit most hair types. We're going to be using the Dyson Airwrap and we'll be using the 30mm barrels. So the 30mm barrels are these ones, so they're slightly smaller than the 40mm barrels, so it'll give us more of a tighter curl so that when we take it out and brush it out, it will retain most of the shape. As well as having your Dyson Airwrap, what else you will need is a water spray or a product of your choice. So a blow dry spray is absolutely amazing as well to give it a little bit of hold. So if you find that your hair is quite fine and quite flat, I definitely recommend putting a little bit of product through there. You'll also need some sectioning clips. What I have are these ones, and also some of the slightly smaller ones. It doesn't really matter which ones you have as long as they're going to be able to hold the hair in place. If you can't get hold of these at the moment, what I would recommend is just using hair grips. They're really good as well, just to keep that hair into place. Having a pintail comb is really handy, so when we take sections, it just makes it a little bit cleaner, and also it just helps you guide where you're going. So let's get started. First of all, what we need to do is make sure that our hair is dampened down ever so slightly. So we only want this about 80–90% dry. So what that means is that when we do curl it, it's going to be able to hold them curls for a lot longer. If you use your Airwrap on dry hair, yes, it will create that shape, but it won't last as long. So today I'm just going to be using water, but as I said before, please use product if you want the curls to last a little bit longer and have stronger kind of hold. Definitely recommend this more for finer hair types. Alright, so I've just given my hair a bit of a brush through, just so I can make sure all the knots are gone, just so that we have a clean canvas for when we do our beautiful glamorous Hollywood waves. So the first thing that we're going to do is take our sectioning comb and we're just going to put in the parting that we want. So I want mine slightly on the side just because it just gives more of that root lift and volume at the front. What we're going to do is just section our hair into 4 just to make it a little bit easier. So if we just take it from the top of our head to behind the ear and then bring that forward and separate that to the back. Just going to twist this bit and then pin that out the way, just so we know where we are. Doesn't have to be the neatest, just so you can keep everything out of the way. And exactly the same this side. Twist and put that out of the way. Alright. So, any little bits you think that are going to get in the way, I honestly would just pin them out of the way for a moment. There you go. So they're all out of the way. So now you've got this bit to focus on. So what I recommend doing is just dampening this bit down. So just going to use our water spray to get it to about 80–90% dry, so just a small amount of moisture is what you need. Not too damp or your Airwrap won't wrap round, but we just need enough to make sure that it does have some hold to it. Alright, so you can either use your pintail comb or use your hand just to section these bottom bits out. I'm going to work upwards, so we'll section this bit here and then take another section clip. Do exactly the same on the other side. So bring that bit round. Then we're going to get started with our Airwrap. So the best way to check that the curls go in the right way is actually on the hair. So if we turn it on, this is the right barrel. So it's going to wrap round from the underneath. So you'd leave it 5 to 10 seconds to heat, and then you're going to press up 5 to 10 seconds to cool. Once you've done that, turn it off. We're going to take it out and we've got our curl. What we then want to do is wrap the same way round our fingers, and then we're just going to pin it. So take a section clip or a hair grip, whatever you have, and then pin it to the scalp. You can do it this way, or what you can do is take your opposite barrel that you've just used, check it against the side of the face. If that arrow is going that way, then that way is going to curl that way. So if I show you close up, that arrow is going that way, so it's going away from my face. Always check in the mirror and that arrow is going away. So we're going to turn it on. It'll wrap round. Bring it in. Leave it to heat that 5 to 10 seconds. Then you're going to press up with your cool shot button. And then the other way you can do it is keeping hold of that hair when it's cooled down. Turn it off, bring it out. You're then going to put your finger into the curl so you know where it is. And you can just then pin that to the scalp. So it's already created that loop for you. If you wanted more of a tighter, more defined wave, go for this one. If you want it more of a softer, looser wave, then go for this one. I'm going to do the tighter one today, so I'm going to take this, wrap it around, gives it more of a mermaid texture as well, more mermaid wavy. And we're going to pin it in. So now I've pinned them two into place, we're going to just section down again. So take about that much hair. And then exactly the same opposite side. You might be able to pin all the hair together after this. And pin that out of the way. Exactly the same as before. Taking our air wrap. It's going this way, perfect. So we'll start with this side. Let it wrap round. Make sure you're horizontal rather than vertical. Leaving that to heat 5 to 10 seconds. Then pressing up to cool. Then turn it off, bring it out. You should have your curl wave. I'm then going to get my fingers, wrap it around. Take those fingers out. And then we're just going to get our clip again. Find where that is. So make sure you get it into the centre of that curl and then pin into place. So you're just going to leave that there just to cool. I'm going to do the opposite side, so remembering to switch barrel. So this side to this side. Bring it out for any little ends that don't want to wrap in. Leave into heat 5 to 10 seconds, then press up to cool. Turn it off, bring it out. And then going to take my sectioning clip and pin into place. Then we're going to keep going up. So what I would say is when you've got to the top bit, take this big section here at the root, so at the crown, sorry, and keep that in one, because we want to make sure that we don't have a parting down the centre of our hair, because that won't look very nice. It'll just give it too much of a split look. So let's get working on these sections. So same again with our air wrap, so not for this side, it'll be perfect for this side. You can take these into two separate sections if you want to. So I'm going to take them into two. Turn it on. So same as before. Gonna take it, wrap it around, and into place. And then same with this one. Take it out, wrap it around, and then grab a pin pin it into place. Perfect. So onto the opposite side. So switching barrel. I'm going to do the same with this side just to make it even. I'm going to split that into two. Taking that, then wrapping around. Taking our section clip and into place, and taking our second section. So I wrap it round vertical and then go to horizontal because it makes it ever so slightly easier. So that's the kind of curl you'd create normally, but we want to just make it ever so slightly more of a Hollywood wave. So, pinning into place. Just going to take a different section clip so we can get that one in. Perfect. The bigger section clips are a lot easier to use, I have to say. So you can just get them online. So we're just going to take this back section as our last bit. This is quite a lot of hair, so we do just want a smaller bit for that top bit. So I'm just going to take this bit and separate it into three as such. So this will be our last section. So pin that out the way. So I'm just going to pin that there. And then we're going to take this last section here and separate that into two. Perfect. So, as I started this side, I'm going to go this side again. You can always check if the hair is completely dry when it's cooling. Take that out. As we're at the very top back bit now, it's easier just to look at it directly in the mirror, going from above rather than the side. So we're just going to pin that one. Perfect. And then go to the opposite side, so switching barrels again. And then we've got our last section, which will be easier to take from whichever side you are. So if you're left or right-handed. So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to go from the right, bring it up, bring it out to the very end, bring it directly down. This will give you a nice bit of root lift as well. And then cool shotting. Turn it off and then bring it out. So same again, wrap it around and then bring it into place. So that's nice and secure. So now we've done the whole of the back, which is a lot easier than you think it'd be. You don't have to try and struggle to get around the back. Just by doing it in sections of side to side, it makes it a lot easier. And now we've got to the sides. I'm going to start with this side first. As you can see, it's dried. So just take that into pin that bit out for the moment. Just going to dampen it down again. Perfect. And then we need to make sure that is the right side. So we're going to do it with this one. Let it wrap round. Bring it in. Press up to cool. Turn it off, bring it out. Perfect. And I'm going to wrap around and just pin that into place. Perfect. Then take the next section. Turn it on. Pull short it. Bring it out. And then you've got your two sides done, this bit. So onto this side. So put that extra clip in to keep that all out of the way last time. Take that bit out. And then same again, this bit's dry, so I'm just going to dampen it down again. This side I'm going to section into 3 because it is slightly bigger because I took it more over this side. So here, and twist that, and out of the way for a second. Checking our barrel, turn it on. Press up to cool, then bring it out. Remembering to wrap around again. And then pin it into place. Perfect. Then taking our next section. Pin it out of the way. Bring it out, wrap it around, and then pin into place. Perfect. So this is our last section. If it's quite a chunky section, you can do it in 2. So take it from one from the front and one from the back. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take that out. Just going to wrap it around like we have been doing. Pin it to the scalp. Perfect. And then the next one. As you can see, it's going to give us lovely root lift as well. Then that's all secured into place. So you're done with the way you're going to style your hair. We just leave it to set for a couple of minutes. Because you've used the cool shot, you don't have to leave it hours like you would with rollers. This just makes it a lot more of a simpler way. So with the back bit, they'll be nice and cool, so we can start off by taking them ones out first. So I'm going to start off with the bottom ones that we've done first. I'm going to take that out. Don't brush them out straight away, just leave them to set, okay? So even when you're taking them out, they just need to keep retaining their shape just for a little bit longer. And then I'm just going to take that one out. Perfect. As you can see as well, it makes the hair really glossy and shiny because we've used the Dyson Airwrap, so we're not causing any heat damage whatsoever. Whereas with the normal styling wand, even heated rollers, they can get up to 180 to 110 degrees, but with ours being only up to 150 degrees, you physically can't cause damage to the hair with extreme heat, which is brilliant. So as you can see, it's already starting to bring out that shape. Sometimes these get a bit tangled, but it's okay, you can untangle them. Find the ones at the back. And then you can go to the sides. So as you can see already, it's created such a beautiful shape to the hair. Feel free to leave your hair like this if you want to create more of that bounce and volume. And also if you're going out later, highly recommend keeping this like this so that the curls don't drop so easily. It will still retain its shape if you brush it through, but it's just if you want hours on end of the curls to last as bouncy as possible. So now I've got it to this shape, what I'm going to do is just find a wide tooth comb and we're just going to brush it through. So I'm going to be using a Dyson wide tooth comb. These come in limited edition packs of our products. So basically the Dyson Corral at the moment has the wide tooth comb and a paddle brush complimentary. I absolutely adore these products. So it's like this paddle brush. It's my absolutely favourite because it's just so soft on the scalp. And also so is the comb. They're just absolutely beautiful products. But yeah, getting back to using the wide tooth comb, all you're going to simply do is just brush through it ever so gently, and as you can see, you're retaining that shape, just blending it. Exactly the same this side. So just give it a little scrunch to bring back its shape. And then I personally like to wear mine behind my ear, just to give it more of that kind of classic look. And then if you want to add a little bit of height through the root area, simply take your section, get your comb, back comb it, same again. Back comb it. What that will do, if I can get my curls to go the right way, is just give it a little bit more root lift to give it that vintage glamorous Hollywood wave look. So you can always finish with a little bit of hairspray and things like that. I'm just going to pop some hairspray on quickly. So a little bit of hairspray. I always find that it brings the shape out a lot more. Perfect. Exactly the same this side. Give it a little bit of a scrunch. And I'll just bring out that shape a lot more. So as you can see, we've created this really pretty Hollywood wave, classic wave, and it's a really nice hairstyle to practice in lockdown. It's a really nice one ready for when you can go back out again and we can enjoy each other's company again. So I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It's something to try at home, as I've said before. If you've got any ideas on what sort of styles you'd like me to create, please just give me a message below, and please like and subscribe. Thank you.